What is up, beautiful souls? Happy super full moon Libra. There has been a lot coming in today, and I hope to be able to compile everything because I think there's a lot of good stuff to bring light only to that of which would be through what sounds right to your soul, I guess. Nobody can prove anything right now, right? But I do want to get this out. I've kind of spoke about the idea or the concept of working through troubled water, and I've always kind of said, it's between you and spirit, and it is. And it also really does depend upon like how fast you can get to the core of all the layers. So those play some huge pinnacle points to freeing yourself from pain, I think. But pain can reside in many, many different ways, right? And one way we are all feeling this on a very global level is a lot of fear. Which correlates to pain. And there's grief and all the above, right? And I want to make this very clear. There's a difference between fear and ego, and even of ego to that of a healthy ego, meaning a more of a mature ego, the ego that we were sent with to help navigate us through this 3D dimension. When loved properly and learn how to utilize properly, it can work to defend us, protect us as need be, right? Because there are real dangers here. That's what I believe the Creator gave us an ego for. But the ego has nothing to do so much with the fear. An ego, an immature ego, can definitely spike up with fear. But if you've been able to mature the ego, which is a process of learning to trust yourself and love yourself, it becomes very different. Now let's talk about the concept of fear, because I think this is really important. Because whether people are admitting it or not, and I have made a video and I've been vulnerable and I put it out there, I've faced some of my own fears. But let's define fear for 1 second. Fear is based off heuristic judgments, meaning past experiences and what we've come to believe as truth, which often, very many times, is limiting beliefs, right? We take one circumstance and think it's the truth for all. And fear also resides in another direction. The intangible evidence, the imagination that gets away, the what ifs, worst case scenario. How can you transcend it when you're feeling it? Whether it's based off heuristic judgment or a very creative, wild imagination on worst case scenarios. While it really is between you and spirit, which all really correlates down to a core wound, to a remembrance of who you are, which is love. But it's one thing for me to say it and one thing for you to understand or experience it. This is huge. Witness it. Just feel through it. There are so many opinions, so many theories, so many what ifs coming at you right now, coming at everybody. Just witness it. Don't push it away, and don't get too consumed with it. Can you observe it? Observe the way the fear makes you feel. Ask curious questions to it. Appropriate questions. Is it based off a heuristic judgment from when you were a little kid that is now spiking some old trauma? That could be a gateway towards some healing. Is it the pressures of the outside world and media and everyone's opinion as you try to grasp stability and the radical idea of it all being swiped underneath you? What if it turns out to be beautiful? What if this is the pinnacle point to harmony? Appropriate questions. Observe. Stop pushing it. And stop overindulging in it. There is power in becoming in the present to connect with your higher self that can help you navigate through it. And these fears are actually helping you transcend. That's one of the many reasons we came here, is to transcend fear, to remember. There's no reason to judge your fear. It plays a critical role in everything that's happening right now. Welcome it. Just enough so that you can observe it with no attachment. This is probably the best advice I can give you to shift through at lightning speeds. And I say that lightly, but if you can really be honest with yourself and come to a point where, as you observe, love yourself, love the wounds, heal, you can transcend through what it's trying to teach you. I hope that helps. There's a lot more coming in, but I think this one's a big one because fear is a predominant thing that's kind of shifting through our globe right now. And we've spoke about it before. It's the true pandemic, with polar opposites between that faith and the excruciating what ifs. Not to be judged. Acts as a tool. Everything is a tool. Everything's helping us transcend, even the fear. It'd be a really beautiful thing. I have so much love for you guys. Until next time, enjoy your full moon, as I always do. I have so much love for you guys. So much appreciation.